Now, it is, unbelievably, 40 years since Boy George found fame with Culture Club. And this summer, the band's heading back on tour. And I always wanted fingerless gloves because of that video. That's the, you know, morning, Boy George, how are you?
I'm very good, how are you?
Isn't it great to hear all that music? I mean, for you, you're going on tour this year, you're going to be 60 years old. I mean, when you look in the mirror, surely you must think, check your passport. It cannot be true.
I don't feel like a 60-year-old, but then I don't think like one, so I think that helps. I mean, being in rock and roll, you are sort of kept a permanent child because, you know, you get to do the thing you love every day and you get paid for doing it. So I think it's an easier job.
What age are you in your head then, if you're not 60?
I was still 15, you know, I realized recently that I'm still doing a lot of the things I did when I was 15, 16, you know, in terms of like making clothes, making my own videos, making records, you know, just the way I work, the way I operate is chaotic, but it makes sense to me.
And you are going back on tour just actually after your 60th, aren't you? Just tell us a bit about it, because, of course, you know, your fan base is huge and it goes over so many different generations, and we pass this music on. You know, I play it to my son in the car. You've got to listen to this, and because it reminds me of when I was young, you know, when you came on Top of the Pops or whatever it was, I remember my mum going, is that a girl or is that a boy? You know, and I know you know that that's the sort of conversation that was being had in all the sitting rooms when you launched onto the screens and into our musical lives. And now you're going to, so are they called heritage? Is it a heritage tour, it's called?
These particular dates, they're dates in stately homes around the country. So they're going to be beautiful. They're going to be outside, which makes them much safer in this climate. And we have some other bands on with us, some brilliant bands, Bananarama, Kim Wilde, Lulu's going to be there, DJ Fat Tony. It's going to be Dancing from 4. Gabriella's going to be there. So there's some really, really fun people on the bill, along with us as well, and lots of hats.
And is it right that you talked earlier about sort of making your own clothes still and things like that, and styling, of course, has been an enormous part of your brand and how we see you and what we love about you. And is it right that for Bananarama you did a bit of styling for them back in the day?
Before I started Culture Club, I had a shop in Carnaby Street, and I ended up styling a photo shoot for Bananarama, and they said I made them look like shop putters, so they weren't happy.
Did you tell them that was the look you were going for?
Not at all, not at all. I mean, you know, at the time I loved them anyway, so I thought it was funny, you know, because it was scandalous, you know, and they did pretty well without my help.
And it's interesting you mentioned that Gabrielle's on tour, and of course for a lot of people they will have seen Gabrielle be amazing on The Masked Singer. Did you watch her on it?
I did watch her on it, and I knew it was her immediately. The minute she opened her mouth, I went, that's Gabrielle.
I mean,
because I've seen her live, and the voice is so unique and beautiful. Even better live, I tell you.
Well, we'll find out, won't we? Well, we'll find out. I mean, would you ever do anything like that, like The Masked Singer?
The thing is, I don't do fancy dress. It's one of my #1 rules. I don't do fancy dress.
Why
I guess
is
I'm
that?
breaking the rules. Because I just don't believe in fancy dress. I either do it and commit or just don't bother. Not once a year.
I've never known anyone to have such a strong feeling about fancy dress as Boy George.
No, I'm not pretending.
No, you're not pretending. Now, there is going to be a film as well. I have to say I saw you on stage in Broadway when you were in Taboo, which was about your life.
Overacting.
Oh, it was brilliant. You played a performance artist and somebody else played you in it. And
yes,
now,
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's going to be a film about your life.
Yes, there's going to be an announcement very soon, so I can't tell you too much, but it's really exciting. I like to talk about things when they're actually going to happen, and it feels like this film is actually going to happen, so that's going to be very exciting.
Oh, you do look like you've got a twinkle in your eye about this one. Are you involved in the script writing in any way? You know, how involved are you in it?
Well, it's based on my life, so I think it's going to be pretty, you know, it's going to tell the truth. I mean, Sasha Gervaisi, who's directing and writing the film, has, he's made some incredible films. So I feel like I'm in, and also he was a musician. He was in Bush for about 5 minutes and then left and became a really fabulous, successful film director. So I think he's very cool and he understands who I am.
And have you, I mean, has it given you a moment to pause and reflect? Because obviously, as you say, you're very active in the day. You are making new music and you're going on tour. So there's probably not that much time to reflect back. But has this opportunity of being involved in a film, has it, you know, what has it made you think about your life?
I think my life's work has been about kind of learning to kind of understand who I am and why I am the way I am. And, you know, when I read the film script, I read it during lockdown, and it was quite moving because it really made me remember some things differently. So that was fascinating because I wasn't expecting to hear the script and sort of have my mind change about some things. So, you know, this film may end up being more interesting to me than it is to anyone.
No, but it will be fun because you know, the Elton film is incredible, Queen, amazing, and you're amongst them for all of us who have, you know, loved your music over the years. And what is it? The relationships with who? What was it that changed your mind when you read it? What were those moments?
Well, I think that, you know, everything that you do and say and feel is a reflection of where you are in the world and what you're doing to yourself, what you've been told about yourself, what you learned as a kid. So, you know, that changes as you become an adult. And there's a certain point where you have to say, okay, now I'm responsible for the things that I do, feel and say. And, you know, as I say, growing up in the music business in fame is quite difficult because fame is a massive distraction, just like many things are, you know, and learning to understand that what you do as a job is a really fantastic lesson, and to do it to the best of your ability and just try and be brilliant at it, actually.
Well, it's interesting who's in the running to play you then, isn't it? Because we've got Harry Styles, who, of course, similarly to you, has achieved fame at quite a young age. And, I mean, he's a great character and sort of plays around with his own image and wears skirts.
And loves a dress. I mean, that's
a dress. And also, really, I think this is a really interesting one. It's Sophie Turner, isn't it, from Game of Thrones, who has a sort of androgyny about her, which I think would play beautifully as you. What do you think?
Well, she's gorgeous. Look at that face. Oh, and I've had dinner with her. She's just beautiful.
Oh, now is that a sign? Have you given something away? He's had dinner with Sophie Turner. There's an announcement next week about the film. You look very excited about it. Listen, also, you are making new music, and apart from all the joy you give us, you do like to give a message, of course, because you know, for the LGBTQ community, you are enormous, and for all of us, you've been, you know, an absolute, you know, trailblazer in that sense. And in Ghana, tell us about your connection to the experience of people there.
Well, for me, the LGBTQI plus community is a family, regardless of where it is, you know. And I was made aware of the situation in Ghana by my friend Daniel Lismore, and then later by Lady Pat, Edward Enninful, and Naomi Campbell, and various people that have been working to help raise funds for the community in Ghana. And I just felt, what could I do? So I thought, I'll write a song to the president, because I'm told that President Nana Akufo-Addo, which is a very musical name and worked perfectly in the song, is a very nice man who wants to change the laws in Ghana. And so really it's singing support to our family in Ghana to say, we are standing by you and we understand and we love you and we're going to do what we can. And just say, come on, guys, what century is this? Please, can we just let people be who they want to be? Come on.
Yeah, and you all your life have been exactly who you want to be. And I think that, you know, we'll see in the film, won't we, you know, any difficulties that brought for you. But I have to say, the joy that you continue to bring is absolutely unrivaled. Thank you so much. So good to have you on the show.
Thank you so much, too.
And we never even got to talk about the hats. Actually, you can talk about the hats. But the bigger the better. Is that the key for hats?
Yeah, I tried to get them, but oh my God, you couldn't have chose 3 worse photos.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I have to say that middle one is a bit of an odd one, isn't it? I'm not sure the bowler hat is your look, is it?
Yeah, no, I don't know. Are they even me, those people?
That's so funny. That's brilliant. And just remind us, you're going on tour when?
We go on tour in June. I think the date is the 26th of June is the first gig, and then it goes, no. 17th, oh yes, 26th of June is the first gig, then it goes into July. Brilliant. 4 dates with all these other great bands.
Brilliant. We cannot wait to see you back on stage and to hear that voice again. So nice to see you this morning.
Darling, bye.
Don't forget, you can watch full episodes of Lorraine on the ITV Hub, and all the best clips, compilations and playlists right here on our channel. Just subscribe now and you'll never miss an upload. Click here to watch another video similar to this one, or click here to head to our channel's homepage to explore all of our exciting videos.